Hey family, we were in the kitchen last week, but this week we're headed to the zone. What is the zone? Well, it's a multi-purpose space in my basement. It's where I exercise, make jewelry, and just lounge. I'm in the zone at least 5 times a week and sometimes twice per day. In this episode, we're headed down to the zone because we're going to exercise together. You and me and you, and maybe my dog Chadwick if he decides to show up. You don't have to lace up your sneakers just yet because I want to talk to you about an important topic. Stay tuned. Humans have subconscious systems in place to cope with the pressures of life. Some of those systems might be reaching for comfort food in the times of stress. Others might light up a cigarette or a joint to calm their nerves, maybe chew some edibles. Another group might seek sexual pleasures solo with a random partner or within a like minded group. Others might shop till they drop or dive into work like it's a drug. I call these coping systems or routine subconscious because people have already programmed these stress reducing routines in their subconscious to cope with life. And they lean on these systems without thinking. Yet the goal of self care is not to cope with life, but to enhance one's life. Self care is the conscious practice of taking a regular active role in protecting and enhancing one's own well being and happiness. When you engage in self caring behaviors, you are preparing your body, mind, and emotions to produce positive outcomes. Self care is a discipline. The Apostle Paul put it this way: I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. Achieving our wildest dreams is truly a matter of disciplining ourselves to think, feel, and act in ways that align with our best future. Big dreams aren't fulfilled by big leaps forward. Instead, big dreams are fulfilled by consistent small steps forward. So if you don't have the discipline to keep up the good work, you won't see fabulous results. As it pertains to self care, you must teach yourself to truly care for yourself on a regular basis. I'm not sure why, but humans tend to love more outwardly than they do inwardly. Before learning to love ourselves, we seek the love of others. Before taking care of ourselves, we gravitate towards taking care of others. We'll live poor lives making others rich. Somewhere along the way, we've been programmed to view self care as selfish, when in reality, self care is the beginning of service to others. Our responsibility is to fill up and overflow in abundance, and then to serve others from our overflow. Yet we have people attempting to serve from an empty cup. Let me tell you from experience, there's some nasty stuff at the bottom of your empty cup. Personally, when my attitude turns foul for no apparent reason, or I'm just irritable, unloving, ungrateful, or just I have edgy emotions happening or negative thoughts churning away, I know that I'm running on E for empty and I need to refill my tank. Honestly, there's a lot of people in the world running on E. They have nothing to give and no discipline to sit down long enough to receive. Have you ever heard of the parable of the wise and foolish virgins? Let me run it down for you. There were 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish. The wise virgins had enough oil in their lamps to travel to meet the bridegroom at night. The 5 foolish virgins did not. So they asked the wise virgins to give them some of their oil. Let's look in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, starting in verse 8, to see how this played out. The foolish one said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil. Our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there might not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourself." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later, the others also came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "Truly, I tell you, I don't know you." Just in case you didn't catch it, the bridegroom is actually Jesus. This is the wedding between Jesus and his bride, the church. And folks be acting like God is all sweet and laid back. Anything goes with him. He don't care. But God don't play. If he asks you to do something, he expects you to do it. Period. If he said be prepared because you don't know the day or the hour of his arrival, he means it. The day of his arrival is not just about the end of times when Jesus returns to earth. His day of arrival is the set time to bless you. It's the day that your pressing prayer is to be answered. But if you are not prepared to meet him like the foolish virgins, he will shut the door of opportunity in your face, and you will be on the opposite side crying and tripping. Your turn might have come and gone in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, but you weren't ready to enter into a better life. Look, self-care is not optional. Please do not treat this conversation as a good idea that you might try one day when you get a chance. In your self-care routines, that's when you refill until you are overflowing. In that place of overflow is when it is time to serve others. Not before, after. The foolish virgins had some oil, but not enough. The wise virgins had enough oil, but none to spare. There was no overflow. So the foolish virgins could not help themselves, and the wise virgins could not help the foolish. This is why I said service to others begins with caring for yourself first. Once you have filled up, then you can start preparing overflow for others. But you can't get to overflow until you fill up first. There's really no way around it. People have tried to their own detriment to give what they don't have. And based on the Bible, that's foolish. Understand that people are fine with taking what you have, even if you don't have it to give. If they ask and you say yes, why would they reject your help? They'll assume you offer to help because you have the capacity to help. No one really knows your boundaries and limits except for you. If you constantly say yes to people, it will appear that you have no boundaries, and they will continue to bombard you with demands. Self-care involves establishing boundaries around your time and your energy. So guard your time, guard your energy, guard your peace, guard your joy. Put boundaries in place to protect your oil. It's okay to say no. In fact, it's your duty to say no, just like the wise virgins did. If you don't have it to give, the answer is no. I didn't say you don't have it, right? Because the wise virgins had oil, and the foolish virgins could see that they had oil. But just because you have it doesn't mean that you have it to give away. God said he gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. Eat your bread and then sow your seed. The bread is for you. The seed is for you to sow, which could mean giving it to others. If you give away your bread, either your mind, emotions, or body won't have adequate nourishment and care. And if you are malnourished, you won't have the strength to sow your seed, nor to gather the harvest produced by your seeds. In other words, your service to the world is to first be sure you are fit to serve. Having a self-care regimen ensures that you are fit in every capacity to serve others. Let's talk about enhancing your wellness through self-care in three key areas: emotional wellness, mental wellness, and physical wellness. Mental wellness deals with having a healthy thought life that produces high life satisfaction, fosters a sense of meaning or purpose, and relieves stress. A healthy thought life produces high life satisfaction and fosters a sense of meaning or purpose. Do you have a healthy thought life? What do your internal conversations with yourself sound like? What do you think is a good self-care regimen to keep your productive and purposeful streams of thought flowing freely? Emotional wellness deals with cultivating energizing emotions that produce high life satisfaction and fosters a sense of faith, hope, and love. Do you routinely practice cultivating energizing emotions, or do you allow toxic, draining emotions to dominate your life? Physical wellness is the ability to maintain a healthy quality of life that allows you to get the most out of your daily activities without undue fatigue or physical stress. Physical wellness isn't about being in a gym all day, every day, or even being in a gym at all. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Let's look at the triad of self-care: nourishment, rest, and training. Not only does your body require a healthy diet, your mind and emotions need a healthy diet as well. A diet refers to the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually consumes. Healthy in, healthy out. Junk in, junk out. A diet also refers to a special course of food to which one purposefully restricts oneself. People don't like the need for dietary restrictions, but restrictions are about customizing your mental, emotional, and physical diets to optimize your health. Your self-care regimen should include proper nutrition and adequate rest. Our bodies, mind, and emotion need time and space to regenerate and recalibrate. We can't run on 100 all day, every day. That's not how we're built. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." In part, running with patience means we are pacing ourselves to prevent burning out and to fuel our endurance. This verse also tells us to lay aside every weight. Not some weights, but every weight. Those weights are things we take on that will hinder our progress and keep us from accomplishing our goals. I want to take a moment to speak to emotional weights and mental weights. Most days I wake up with something weighing on my mind, and I shake it off in prayer, meditation, worship, while working out, or some self-care routine. If you're like me, then throughout the day, somewhere along the line, you pick up weights like discontentment, frustration, annoyance, doubt, worry, concern, etc. It happens. You might also shoulder the responsibility of others. taking on too many tasks instead of politely saying no. Earlier, I spoke about dietary restrictions. Restrictions are good when they protect your health and destiny. Don't feel bad about doing what is right. If you're walking in your truth and honoring nature and the humanity of others, do it unapologetically, keeping your heart and mind free and clear of insecurities about your bold decisions. Rest comfortably in your decisions and be at peace with the path you have chosen. Training is a part of the triad of self-care. You must discipline yourself to produce beneficial outcomes, thereby enhancing your life. Weight loss is a beneficial outcome. Emotional endurance and mental strength are beneficial outcomes, and we can achieve these outcomes by training our hearts and minds to produce thoughts and feelings that invigorate our being. I want to circle back to Hebrews 12:1 just one more time. It says, "Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." We talked about laying aside every weight and running with patience. Now I want to talk about sin. To sin means to miss the mark. The mark is the bullseye, center mass, right between the eyes, on target, not to the left, not to the right, but on the spot. Know your mark, because if you don't, you will miss it. We walk in the direction of our line of sight. If your mark isn't consistently before you, then you're headed in the wrong direction. See your target and run with patience towards it. If you got a whole lot of mental and emotional clutter happening, it will blur your vision and slow your pace. So discipline yourself to hit your mark. Get adequate rest. You need time and space to regenerate and recalibrate. Sometimes circumstances knock us off our game and our compass goes a bit wonky. In those times, we need to slow down in order to speed up. Taking the day to regenerate and recalibrate can set your whole month up for success. But if you don't create that time and space, your life will be out of balance. And let me be honest with you. Everything in your life can go superbly well, but let one thing be off, like your relationship with your kids, your spouse, your supervisor, your business partner, etc. And that bump or irregularity will throw off the shape of your nice circular wheel and make the entire ride bumpy, even though everything else is working right. So train, rest, and nourish yourself. Use self-care to perform above average. Think carefully about these questions. On average, are your emotions working for you or against you? Are your thoughts working for you or against you? Is your body working for you or against you? Be honest and be in action improving your life. I'm here to help, so reach out to me in chat, instant message, or email. Today, I'm here to help you get in motion physically through exercise. Yes, honey, we're about to get it in today with some step aerobics. I'm going to slowly work you through some basic moves, and you don't need a step to do the moves. However, seriously consider buying a step because the benefits are amazing. Fit and Me lists 8 benefits of step aerobics you absolutely need to know. Number 1, step aerobics is good for your cardiovascular health. Several studies have shown that engaging in 1 hour of step aerobics is roughly equal to running 7 miles. Not jogging, but running 7 miles. Number 2, it's good for your musculoskeletal health. So doing step aerobics can increase your bone health and ward off problems in the future. Number 3, step aerobics is low impact. Low impact exercises are defined as those which make you keep one foot on the ground at all times, therefore lowering the stress and impact on your joints. Number 4, weight loss. Since step aerobics is a form of cardiovascular exercise and weight-bearing exercise, the number of calories that you burn with a good routine is outstanding. Number 5, mental health. A really great part about step aerobics is that it can help increase your mental health. Exercise of any form, including step aerobics, causes your brain to release chemicals known as endorphins. Endorphins are the things which make you feel happy, and they give you a sense of elation and make you feel more satisfied with everything. Number 6, leg strength. Since step aerobics involves using legs for the vast majority of the routine, your leg strength will greatly benefit from them. One of the reasons as to why it's so great for your leg muscles is because step-ups are a unilateral movement. This means that doing a step up forces you to exercise each leg separately, thus increasing your single-legged balance and the ability to use each leg separately. Number 7, more efficient metabolic rate. Another benefit to be had from engaging in step aerobics and other forms of cardiovascular exercise is that your metabolism will increase drastically. Your metabolism functions by producing proteins which break down fats in your body. These proteins break down both the calories that you ingest as well as the fat which is already stored on your body. The more you exercise, the more these proteins your body produces. Number 8, versatile. The final benefit of step aerobics that we want to talk about has to do with the fact that it is versatile. First of all, people of all fitness levels can engage in step aerobics because it can easily be modified. Beginners can go slow, not having the stepping level up too high, or fitness experts can go full speed and elevate the stepping platform as high as possible. Now you know the benefits of step aerobics, so grab a pair of comfortable walking shoes and let's head to the zone for exercise and fun for your good health. All right, guys, welcome to the zone. We are going to start our step aerobics routine, learning just some basic steps first. We're going to be going at a slow to moderate pace, and then we're going to speed it up a little bit. So we're going to start with the basic left. Your left leg comes up, your right leg joins it, then your left leg is down and your right leg joins it. If you do not have a step, then you're just going to take a step forward with the left foot forward, right foot joins it, and then take a step back with the left and let the right foot join it. Okay, so basic left. And your arms just move freely. So that's your basic left. All right, so then there's a basic right. Now, here's why it differs. Obviously, one is leading with the left. Your basic right is leading with your right. So we can alternate between the two because when you do your basic left, you're loading your left leg with weight, and then the right foot is just joining it. So it's not getting as much work. That's why we have a basic right. So basic right, right foot up, left foot joins it, right foot back, left foot joins it. Okay, so this is your basic right. Cool. Okay, so there's also alternating between basic left and basic right, and that's what it's called, basic left and right. So left foot up, right foot's jointed when you come back down, but next time you lead with your right. Okay, so let's alternate left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, so we've done the basic left, basic right. We've alternated basic left and right. Okay, so when you lead off on most moves, you're going to lead off on your left. We're going to do a step tap. So you're just tapping the step with your toe, starting with your left, and then just alternating. If you don't have a step, then you're kind of pretending that you have a step in front of you, and just step before you like this. Okay? So step tap. All right. So the next move we're going to do is a heel dig. And you're just going to use the heel of your foot and basically tap the step with it. Bring it back down and then do right. So you're just alternating. These are your heel digs. Again, if you don't have a step, then it's going to look like this move on the floor. Again, just pretend that you have a step in front of you. All right. All right, so now we're going to do a basic turn. So what you're going to do is you're going to step up on the step with your left, then your right, and then you're going to step off with your left, and then step off with your right. So you kind of turn to the side. All right, so step back up, you're facing the front, bring it down with the right, let the left join it. This is how it looks. Okay. All right. So those are the basic moves that we're going to go through, and we'll turn it into a little bit of a routine. I do want you to see how it might look different depending on how you move your hands. So initially we were just, kind of doing a natural movement. This is your basic left, right? You could do a punch with it. Makes the move look a little bit different. You can raise your arms and lower them. Again, makes the move feel a little bit different. You could do a pump with your arms like this, basic right. All right. You can get a little prissy, say with your step tap, move those hips a little bit, and swing those arms up. With your, say, your heel digs, we could do a push forward with your heel digs. So this way you're getting a full body workout. So let's do a step turn. We can kind of swing the arms out in our rotation. Again, just bunking it up a little bit. Now your pace is going to be set by the music that you're playing. So we're going to do like a moderate pace first, and then we'll speed it up a little bit so you can see the routine feels a bit different based off the music that you're playing. So we've warmed up the body a little bit already. Let's stretch it out a little bit. Stretch those hamstrings out. Just bring that left heel on top of the step and bend down a little bit with it. Let's do the right leg. Feel that stretch in the back of your hamstrings. All right, let's put a little weight on that right foot. stretch out your back leg doing a lunge. All right, so let's bring that lunge up. Feel that weight a little bit on your right leg. All right, let's switch out. Lunge on the left with the left leg in the front. All right, let's stretch it out a little bit. Bring it up. I can feel that stretch through my back. All right. All right. Let's move those arms a little bit. Just walk in place. Loosen up the body. Let's do a vitality stretch up. Push it up. Lean it to the left. Ooh. Let's lean it to the right. Oh, that's good. Shrug your shoulders, rotating them back. Let's rotate them forward. Ooh, feeling good. All right, let's start off with a basic left. Get a little funky with it. See how the music is setting the pace? Let's do basic right. All right, we're going to move on to a left tap, then a right tap. Now let's move on to heel dig, starting with the left. Let's move back to the taps. All right, we're going to do a turn step. Right here. Right, left, left, right, right, left. All right, so that was a moderate pace. Let's just stop there. I want to speed it up a little bit for you so you can see how different that might feel. Let's go to a basic left. Basic right. Let's go back to that basic left. We're going to move to taps right here. All right, let's move on to heel digs right here. All right, let's do a turn step right here. See, we're speeding things up. Let's get back to the basic left right here. Let's change step to a basic right, right here. All right, guys. So now you see how we went from a moderate pace to a faster pace. Obviously, you're going to be a little bit more out of breath. You're moving to that fast pace. As I mentioned earlier, if you do an hour of step aerobics, that's going to get you the equivalent of 7 miles of running. Not jogging, but 7 miles of running. So we've already gone through all of the benefits, which are absolutely marvelous. This was just to get you started, to get a feel for things, to see if this is something that you would want for yourself. There are plenty of videos out there on YouTube regarding stepping, so just feel it out. What I did first is I was watching videos on YouTube. I didn't have a step. I wanted to see first if it's something that I really liked, if it was something that I was going to do consistently. And I would say, honestly, it was like after maybe 2 weeks, I decided to order a step. I have risers for this one. I just haven't used them because this has been adequate for me so far. I hope you guys enjoyed learning some step moves on today. At least it got you in motion, though, just for a few minutes. Just wanted you to become familiar with some of the moves, feel things out to see if this is something you might like to do. When I got introduced once again to step aerobics, is something when it first came out I was aware of, and I went through a few classes, but I have as a goal to do 10,000 steps per day. So this was a really good way to begin to get those steps in, and you're having so much fun. You're listening to the music. You don't even notice that you've gone through a whole routine and you've gotten like 5,000 steps in. So it's been awesome. Guys, I had an amazing time with you. I hope this was fun for you, just to get you familiar with the steps. I've seen some videos on YouTube and they're like dancing, they're moving all over the place. And I'm like, I'm older now. I don't know if I'm trying to do all that. I can end up tripping, hurt myself or whatever. So, one of the things I would like to do is to bring a mixture between maybe a moderate and more fast pace, because all I've seen out on the market really is fast pace. It seems like they have actually sped up the video recording. Anyway, I will see you here next week. In the meantime, be bold, be great, and be inspired. See you next week. Thank you so much for joining me today on Danielle Inspires. If you haven't done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the alert bell so that you are aware of new content as it is being released. I'd love to hear from you as we take this journey together. Give me a shout out in chat and join me here next week for more inspiration to fuel your transformation on Danielle Inspires.